Hey everyone, it's Tim from Linessa Farms Specialty and Heirloom Livestock. Thanks for joining us again today. We are in Indiana and it is getting cold out, and you can tell it's getting cold because I got my bibs on over top of my bibs. That's how you know it's getting cold in Indiana, when you got double bibs. So, we had a sick animal the other day, believe it or not, and seemed like it was fine. No issues. Went out the next day and it was dead. And I know some of you are probably thinking that this only happens to you, but the reality is this happens to all of us. Doc Rumsey, one of our veterinarians, always says if you're going to have livestock, then you're going to have dead stock, and he is 100% correct. You can't get around it, and it is extremely unfortunate, and it happens to everyone. I don't necessarily think we did anything wrong per se. Some of the stuff you just don't catch, or, we all have to go sometime, and I think it may have just been this goat's time to go. But regardless, it got me thinking about my relationship with our veterinarians and about your relationship with your veterinarian. So I thought I'd make a quick video today, at least I hope that it's quick, and talk about 3 key points that you can do to help establish a better relationship with your veterinarian, make things run a whole lot smoother, and hopefully make things run a whole lot cheaper. And I love to make forms, as you know, so I'm going to make a form for you to fill out before you even contact your veterinarian that's going to give you a leg up as well, and again, hopefully save you some time, some grief, and some money. So with that being said, stay tuned to find out more. So if you're going to call your vet, chances are things are really going downhill, and you need to contact your vet in a hurry. And I wanted to talk to you about 3 main things that you can do. And again, as we get to the end of the video, we're going to go into the shop, and I'm actually going to pull up a computer screen. I'm going to show you that form that's going to be free for you, and we're going to go over it together about how to fill it out. But with that being said, what's the purpose of this form? Well, the form is point number 1. And point number 1 is you got to get as much information as possible. I understand that you're going to be excited and you need to contact the vet and you need the vet right now, but I need you to gather as much information as possible, because when you get on the phone with your veterinarian, that vet is going to start asking you questions like, does your animal have a temperature? Does your animal have scours? How old is your animal? Has your animal been vaccinated? And you're going to be like, I don't know. Hold on. He or she's going to start rattling off questions to you. And if you don't have the answer, you're going to waste a lot of time. You're going to have to get off the phone. You're going to have to call the vet back. The vet's going to give you a to-do list, and you're going to do it. And then you're going to be playing phone tag. Absolutely not worth it. So that's what that form is all about today, that we're going to give to you and help you to download for free. It's going to tell you all the things that you need to know when you are calling your vet. And that's going to be like the age of your animal, the breed of your animal. Has your animal been vaccinated? Has your animal recently been sick? Have you given your animal any medications? What are the signs and symptoms of your animal? Is your animal pregnant? On and on and on. All of these things are going to help your vet to determine what's going on. They're going to help your vet to determine what is an appropriate level of treatment, and it's going to save a lot of time. There's no reason for you to pay the vet to come out and look at very simple things that you can look at yourself. Sometimes you may be able to give the vet these very simple signs and symptoms, and the vet may be able to tell you what to do over the phone, and he may not even charge you at all. You never know. So again, this is very, very smart and very, very prudent. So again, point number 1, gather information. Point number 2. So the second thing, and we already alluded to this, you have to be calm and you have to be patient. If you call your veterinarian and you are hyperactive, if you call your veterinarian and you are freaking out and talking a million miles an hour, look, I always tell people, when they come into the emergency room or when I see them in the hospital, I have to control myself. I have to control my composure. You don't want someone taking care of you that is freaking out. So you should expect that from your veterinarian as well. When you're calm and clear and not screaming at your veterinarian that they need to get to your house right now, you know, it's going to help everybody out. Be cool like Fonzie, you know, do what you got to do, and keep it together. Be respectful to the fact that there are lots and lots of other people that may need the vet's attention as well. If the veterinarian tells you that they can't get out there for 2 hours or 3 hours, they're not doing that to be rude to you. There are other people ahead of you, and I'm sure you can appreciate that. So again, point number 2 is we want to remain calm and cool and have all of our stuff together, so when we talk to the vet, it's much easier and less stressful for everyone involved. All right, point number 3, and these are in no order whatsoever, so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that point 1 is more important than point 3, because, you know, point 3 in my mind is one of the most important ones, and that is this: time is of the essence. And I know that I've told you this before. If you haven't watched all of our other videos, just trust me when I say that I say this over and over and over. You have to establish a relationship with a veterinarian early, and you cannot wait when your animals are sick. You cannot just say, you know what, I'm just going to leave that animal alone and I'll check on them tomorrow and see how they're doing. No, chances are you're going to go there tomorrow and that animal is going to be dead. So do yourself a favor, do your veterinarian a favor. When you start seeing signs and symptoms and you don't know what's going on and you don't know what to do, I want you to call your veterinarian immediately. The sooner you call, the more time that they have to get something done, and you will have a much better outcome. So that is very, very important. Now, with that being said, again, I think it's a valuable point to make when we're talking about not wasting time, is if you have not yet established a relationship with a veterinarian, with a small ruminant veterinarian in your area, I highly, highly encourage you to do so. It's not going to cost you a penny. All you have to do is call the veterinarian's office and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, this is where I live, this is how many animals I have. I don't need your assistance today, but I just want to kind of establish a rapport with you and let you know what's going on, so in the future I can reach out to you if I have something go on. Just make sure that they're taking new patients, make sure that it's not going to be an issue. Talk to them about their hours of operation, if they have an after hours call number, so on and so forth. That way, if an emergency happens, you can simply go to your planner, go to your phone, go to your address book or whatever it is that you use, pick up the phone and make the call. It's going to save you a whole lot of stress. I can't tell you how many friends and family and customers that we know that have small ruminants or other animals that do not have a vet, and they come home one day or they go out one morning and something's going on and they freak out because they don't know any vets in their area, and all of a sudden they got to try to call and find a vet. And it never happens at a convenient time. It's always going to be like the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday when everything's closed or something like that. So I know what some of you are thinking, and I understand completely. Some of you do not have a veterinarian. You don't have a veterinarian in your area. I appreciate that. You know, we ship foundation feed all over the United States, so I have a pretty good idea of some of you that are pretty, you know, serious followers of our channel. I know some of you live like 3 hours away from the closest veterinarian, or you've got a vet that lives in your area that only takes care of kitty cats, and when you call them about a goat or a sheep, they just say, sorry, I don't do that. If you do not have a veterinarian and you have an issue with a small ruminant, we have veterinarians in our area that will do telephone consults with you at Stock Vets. These individuals specialize in small ruminants. Check out the description below for their information. You can simply call there and say, hey, I don't have a vet in my area, I need a telephone consult. They're probably going to charge you something, but it's probably going to be a very reasonable amount for the peace of mind that you're going to get. There are other phone consult companies out there. I'm not familiar exactly with who they are, but again, Stock Vets here in Indiana, their information is located below, and you can just tell them that we sent you. We are not getting paid anything. We are not being endorsed by them. This is just something that they offer, that I know they offer, and they know what they're doing. So that is it. So with that being said, let's head into the shop real quick, hop on the computer, and take a look at this form that we have built for you and go over how to use it together. And you can see we're just going to hop right onto Safari or whatever your web browser is, and we're going to go to www.linessafarms.com. Once the website opens, go to the upper right-hand corner, the red download button, and once you click on this, you are going to see all of the forms that we have for download. Now, the veterinarian request form that we're talking about today is up at the top, but you can see we've got lots of other forms. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the veterinarian request form and go ahead and open it up. It's actually an Excel file and everything's right here. You can actually, this is open so you can change it however it works for you. We've got some basic general questions, date, time, name, address, some specific questions about the animal themselves, such as the breed, the animal species, the age of the animal, if they've had any vaccinations, what kind of symptoms they are having, if they're pregnant, and then we kind of go down the list here talking about things that is going to help steer your veterinarian towards what might potentially be going on. If it be a infection, what kind of an infection, possible vitamin deficiency, worm load, trauma, the list goes on. And then the most important one there, can you transport the animal yourself, which helps them to determine if they got to come to you or if you got to go to them. Now, with that being said, we're going to go over here and we're going to actually look at our form. And you can see we've got our veterinary form here, and I've just kind of filled this out generically. This is a La Mancha goat that's 3 years old. We can see that it's a male. We've got some weakness going on. It's never occurred before. I tell them when the symptoms occurred. I've given them 2 mils of Banamine, and at the time it's got a 103.7 degree Fahrenheit temperature. Eyes and everything else seem fine. Animal does have a little bit of diarrhea. The animal can see. Again, this is referring more to a vitamin B thing. We've got some nasal discharge, some audible wheezing. The animal is strong enough to stand. That's a very important question that your vet's going to want to know. It appears that the animal is not eating, but it is drinking. We've got some questions on there about foaming at the mouth, if there's any kind of a goiter, if the animal could potentially have some kind of issues going on with nursing. And then we talk about, again, at the bottom, can you transport the animal, which is important for your vet. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for today. Again, I know I threw a lot of information at you. Go on the website, go to that download section, download this form, download all the forms that we have for you. There are so many free resources on our website, 100% free. You can download all this. You can put a book together for yourself. This is some seriously good stuff, and again, it's absolutely free, so why wouldn't you? 2 other things that I want you to consider. 1, foundation feed, foundation feed, foundation feed. Yes, we have the best feed in the United States. You can get it directly from us, and we ship anywhere in the United States. Highly, highly concentrated feed, highly, highly nutritious feed. We're talking 45% complete feed that you can mix in with your feed. I always say at Foundation Feed, we make your feed better. This is for those of you that live a long distance away. You need to get some feed, you don't have anywhere to get it, you can get it from us. Free shipping or shipping for $1. The most you're ever gonna pay for shipping with us is $1. If you go on there today, if you check out the description below, you're gonna get a discount code for $10 off your order. I don't care if you're a first-time customer or a repeat customer, take $10 off your order. Take your $10 off on me. Also, Linessa Farms Tack Box. We are on Facebook. This is a forum group. If you have questions, comments, concerns, look us up on Facebook, Linessa Farms Tack Box. We have experts from all over the world on Linessa Farms Tack Box. We have individuals from Scotland, England, Africa, Asia, Indonesia, Vietnam, India, the Caribbean, Central America, South America, Canada. Yeah, a lot of places. So check it out. We also have individuals that show animals, and we also have some veterinarians that hang out on there as well. If you have questions, we have answers. Again, Linessa Farms Tack Box. With that being said, I'm Tim from Linessa Farms Specialty and Heirloom Livestock. Thanks for joining me again today, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.